Hey there YouTube, and welcome to the Cars with Keith YouTube channel. And in this video, something of an idea I had spiraled out of control. So initially I saw a Facebook Marketplace posting for these pressure washers for 25 bucks from a place that basically buys returned pallets from Target, Lowe's, those types of places. These are all from Lowe's, these are Greenworks brand. And I just wanted to get something cheaper. I'm looking for the cheap pressure washer for my new budget wash cart that I'm going to do this spring. A much cheaper version than the ones I've done before for those of you who don't want to spend a ton of money. Well, in order to save for that research and development, I was going to buy this for 25 bucks. Hopefully everything was there. Showed up, the picture on the Facebook Marketplace showed like 15 of these in boxes. I showed up and there was nothing there. All that was left was just what you see here laying on the floor. Now, so this turned into a different video for me. I saw this and I saw the issues with it. I was like, you know what? I still think I can salvage that into a unit. This one right here wouldn't be great for a wash cart, but I was like, you know what? 25 bucks. Who knows? If everything's there and it works right, I could do a whole video on this for review. Same with this one. There are reasons on all of these for why they were returned. So that's part of this video. Why do consumers return these? What was it not good enough for them? Did they think it was some miracle machine that was going to strip that oil stain off their driveway? Was my investment worth it? $75, you're about $81 after tax for all of this. And just alone, if this one has everything that's needed, it's 100 bucks, 120 bucks on Amazon, Lowe's. This is like 130 to 150. This is 250 to 300 bucks. If they work, they work. I know enough about these. I have enough pieces laying around that I should be able to get them working. Let's see if they work. If they do, then I'll be able to do individual review videos, and this will be awesome for me. Worst thing for you is everything's wrong. You'll know why people return them and if it's worth buying these at all. Let's get right into the video. Okay, so the Greenworks 2300 Pro. So this actually is a unit that I can't even find on Amazon. It's been replaced by a newer version. I did see this still online at Lowe's. No GFCI. Basically doesn't have much pressure. It was returned on 4/13/2021 at 3:15 p.m. It is a GPW 2301. The original invoice for the purchase was on 3/21. So it was returned 3 weeks later. They could have done a bunch of jobs with it and brought it back. The hose isn't here. The gun isn't here. Maybe people at that place just wanted the hose and the gun and they took it and left this behind. It is not in the greatest of shape. It is missing one of the bottom pieces down here that keeps it from laying flat. This rubber piece right here is really worn. That's cut in the back. You can see right here, it's gouged, the metal. I don't know if that's from, being on that pallet truck and, just being thrown all around. So we must address the GFCI issue. Good thing for me, I already bought one for my old Ryobi pressure washer. So I actually grabbed the gasket off of the old unit, off of its wire. I have the GFCI here. I'll leave a link below. And I don't want to be liable for anything here, so I'm not going to show you exactly what I'm doing here, but you're basically hooking up your color wires where they're supposed to go. We have ours all rigged up. It's hooked up. It's not getting hot. I have a green light. I'm going to turn it off real quick because you don't want to run it dry. Alright, since this one didn't come with a hose or a gun, we're using these slinky style hose from one of the other units. They are 14 millimeters. I'm going to hook right up. I did unplug the siphon hose from the detergent reservoir to the unit because I didn't want to suck anything else up into this unit. I'm using the gun from actually a future review of a unit back there. It's a pretty decent gun. I have it shortened up with a quick disconnect here. I have my 1/4 inch quick disconnect PSI gauge with the tip that came with this. Doesn't say what size it is. To get the 2300 is probably a pretty small size. It was stuck in here with the unit. The 25 and 15 are missing. The soap dispenser unit is there. The turbo nozzle is missing as well. I absolutely hate these hoses. I have my shutoff valve. It seems like $6 off of Amazon. Go check it out. Everybody loves it. I've heard nothing negative about it at all. Quick disconnect on. So this might be the first time that I have one of these kind of units. It doesn't actually flow water unless it's on. I got nothing. It's pressurized. Let's turn it on. Now it's fully charged. Oh, that that squeal. So I'm checking my amperage here to make sure that what's pulling, it's been pulling about 12.5, and the PSI is about 1050. Now, if I was a customer buying a unit looking like this, and that is all I got out of it, I'd return it too. Which is weird because normally for a Greenworks product or a Ryobi product, they're usually pretty spot on, pretty close to what it says it is, within 100 or so PSI. I mean, this is off by 1200 PSI. We're just gonna go full bore on this one. This is a 1.0 nozzle. This is the strongest that I got. I mean, I'm still pretty steady, about 12.3, 12.5 amps. I did get all the way up to 1800 PSI, but it was pulsating between 1800 and close to 2000. So you saw that I was getting near 1900, then breaking down to 1850, going back up to 1950, back and forth. Very strange. I don't think another tip would work. I think it's hitting its limits and it's doing some kind of controlled cutback. So let's go ahead and try this one right here. See what we got. All right, I hooked this one all up. I put it all together. Guess what? This thing's basically brand spanking new. Everything is here that you would get out of the box. Nothing is missing. I do think I know why they returned it. It says hose blew out, right? It was returned on 10/31 and was bought on 10/28. So they only returned it 3 days later. I'll show you why. See that? Now, for most people, that's just, oh wow, that's something wrong. But no, this piece right here, this green piece, is actually screws on to the unit, right? It's threaded inside here. So if I just turn that green unit as far as I can, now I am not leaking. Now let's check this to see if this blew out. It's an M22 14mm hose, threaded. That's not going to blow out. You're getting pretty decent water. Like the sound, no squeal. Off and on real quick, nice and quiet. Pretty decent unit. It is only rated at 1.1 GPM, so they're probably not lying there. 1800 PSI, I'm probably pretty sure we're going to get that. Let's test it. Let's try the white tip. Now, if these are the same orifice, your pressure here will be the same. Does not change. They're about 1550 PSI at 13.1 amps. So do we have 1800 out of the box? No, but it's a whole lot closer to its number than the other unit, right? I mean, we could get there, but out of the box, you can't get those numbers. Okay, so here's the highest that we could possibly get with what I have to test with, which is a 1.0. I guess there's a 0.5, I don't know. But let's go. Hopefully we don't overamp ourselves. 1775 at 13.75 amps, so we're safe on the amps. We got what we needed. The machine was not working too hard. I have to find out exactly what the wattage is on this so we know what its limits are. We don't want to go past that. So now what about this? This is just extra, and this could be a whole video itself. This could help with the cheap wash cart that we're going to do. So the complaint on this is not enough water coming out when it sprays. November 12th of last year, and we're bought on November 9th, so it's only returned 3 days later. Everything's here pretty much. It does have some scratching. The only thing we're missing is the nozzle. We actually still have the foam gun too. We got water. All right. Starts off pretty quick. All right, let's see what she can do. 1500 PSI at 11.8 amps. Boy, we're gonna get a lot more out of this. All right, let's go for max. This is the 1.0 nozzle. 1700 at 12.7 amps. And I guarantee you it's gonna hit that 1.2 GPM for sure. Okay, so for foam cannon, we had to put the original gun on here. If I did a full review on this, I for sure would use this gun. There's no tube for the foam cannon. Good thing we took the detergent tube off of the last unit. Does it fit over? It does. That's a perfect fit. Maybe a little bit longer than it should be. Ah, there we go. Now the problem is it does fan directly this way, but the foam is not bad. A quick demonstration. Not bad foam at all. So I think we did pretty good here. We made more than enough money to pay for all of it. Plus we can make a bunch of videos. I just didn't want to make that huge investment when I'm trying to review these. I'm still having to pay to review them. You don't have to. You can just watch these and see how it works out when I do the full video on this one, full video on this one. There'll be a Frankenstein type video, creative video on this one, which a lot of you guys like. And we'll be able to do it. That way you won't have to invest any money. You'll be able to see what the results are, and then you can use the Amazon links to purchase it if you do like it. So in the end, does a customer have a reason? Yes and no. Hey, I benefited from it, right? And you know, the companies, they sell more than enough of these to make up for the ones that get returned, and they do get money back to a certain extent on these. I think I got lucky on these. They've been sitting around for a while. They decided to clear out the warehouse at $25 a piece. I think they would probably charge closer to $50 for these. Hey, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, that light turned off just as I finished. And it was in good working condition. And it was in good work. Are the returns were... Obviously I can test the... Obviously I can't test the numbers. Oh, is that tracking my face? Yeah. So I was able to grab the gasket off of that. So I was able to actually grab the gasket off of the old. So I actually grabbed the gasket off of the old. Then we have our hose here. Ooh, I'll turn that off real quick. It was on for some reason. Does have a quarter squid disc. Our axle bolts with both cotter pins. We actually have both axle pin to measure that. Well, might want to make sure it's attached. Ow, wow. And I'm getting old. I can't bend over like I used to. Every time this hose is in the way, and now it wants to be a pain in the neck. There we go. I know it probably doesn't bother you, this noise, but it bothers the living crap out of me. It's my OCD.